Hey, there's me. And there's you. What's up? What are you doing? How's your day? How's your morning? Your evening? What's going on? What should we talk about today? Oh, I am Zen. You are over there. And if you don't know, now you know. This is what we do. I do have a subject matter today, and it has to do with where who should I hang out with anymore? I think people would, you know what I'm talking about. Sometimes you organically, friendships come and go. You have relationships for a day, for a moment, for a season, for a lifetime. You have interactions with people. Some are just due to your location. Some are your mental faculties. Some are you just get whatever bored or whatever. Yeah, these things happen. But sometimes it's like, all right, you make a concerted effort. You have an idea like I used to have a friend of mine who I say if you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. And I always feel like I'm in the wrong room. And I always feel like I'm like it's like whenever I go on to like a Reddit or Instagram, I even make an even if I make an attempt to read any of the comments, I'm just flabbergasted with the stupidity. I'm just flabbergasted with how absurd and it's these levels of intelligences that's what I want to talk about. But I feel like most people are, I get it online. You're going to get people that generally spend a good portion of their life trying to one directionally get their point across of what they think they know by regurgitating some stupid study that they read or some scientism or some religious faction thing. I don't know, whatever the hell it is, or whatever they think they know. Believe in the news. Oh, that was the title screen. People believe science, and people there is no fake news. Well, certainly there is news that is untrue. So we can just go ahead and throw that right in the garbage can because we know most of it to be untrue. If not, if it's not completely false, it is at least exaggerated quite a bit. If you read the news, if you don't read the news, you're uninformed. If you read the news, you're misinformed. There you go. And so we know that, and we know all the information we're getting is polished, massaged, changed, altered. Right? We got all that. So when you get online, you read things. You're like, okay, is this a bot? Is this a paid for person? Is it an idiot? A liar? What are we looking at here? The percentage of people that are going to say anything worthwhile is minimal. Just and then so those same people, at least versions of them, are out there in public too. Like, where are there intelligent people out there? Is there a level of intelligence? And there are. It's not just, you can't just say, is that person intelligent? Because according to some cultures, there's up to 360 types of intelligence. And I would just say, let's start with the basic ones. You'd have the normal one kind of intelligence that get broke down to three or four, and then a lot of popular schools of thought might get up to nine. But I think there's 13 good ones, and I'll read you 12 of them, and then I'll give you the 13th, which they don't put in here, which I find absolutely astounding. Which I think is maybe the only intelligence that you can't. It's an unlearnable intelligence, and I think you all know what it is, and it's called humor, and it has something to do with timing. It has something to do with humor is a very unlearnable skill. You either are funny. I mean, there's what did you mean by that? It's a type of intelligence that takes having other types of intelligence for humor to function. So we'll go over the 12 of them, and it's just this general thing of like, who to have a conversation with anything. No, I'm surprised I don't talk to myself. Actually, I'm surprised I'm not that dude, that old guy sitting on a park bench having a conversation, and then I'll just respond to myself. I'll do one of these. I mean, I already talk to animals. Like, I'll just literally have a conversation with them. I think that's correct because I understand what they're saying. That is a type of intelligence too, to be able to infer what an animal might be saying through it's it's like language. Sign language is the probably oldest uh, the second oldest language, sign language, because everything you do is you speak more with your hands, your face, you're signing things. The original language, I suppose, would have been something to do with telekinesis and thought. And then it became physical sign language, a kinesiological thing. And then it became vocal after that. So whenever you get into the languages, the types of languages, like once you get to speaking a dialect of any language, we're way far away from original language. So, anyways, language acquisition and speaking language is a specific type of intelligence. Let's go over the intelligence. What's up, Junie? Calibrating intelligence. Humorless people. There we go. Humor. Okay, I'll just give you the 13th one. Humor is a type of intelligence. That's what we're getting at. And I'm going to read this is from a psychology magazine, like some sort of like Psychology Today. I don't know where the fuck it's from. Let me see. Ugh. Okay. It made me accept cookies here because it was in my way. I'll read the whole. I don't know if I'm going to read the whole thing. I'll try to condense it for you. In 1983, psychologist Howard Gardner proposed the existence of different types of intelligences. In 83, so you're telling me before 1983, no one thought there was different types of intelligence? That's untrue. That's absolutely untrue, because whenever you look into ancient cultures, they clearly knew and spoke of different types of intelligences. That's why they postulate that in the Egyptian lore history, they talk about 360 types of intelligences. Anyways, let's go here. In his book Frames of Mind, he speaks of a network of he speaks of a unitary set. Oh, not a unitary set, but rather a network of capacities that are more or less synchronized into what we'd call types of intelligences. Let's see. Redefine the concept of intelligence as biopsychological potential to process information that can be activated in cultural settings to solve problems or create products that are of value in culture. Yeah, that's a lot of words to say. There's different ways and types of people, the way that we communicate and think, and I'll go through them. Let's just get right to it. Logical, mathematical, So that's the ability to analyze problems rationally and perform mathematics. I mean, obviously you can see that some people go to school and they're very good at math, but they aren't so good at English. You see people that go to even, you go to gym class, right? And some people, they can't figure out how their body works. They can't dance. They can't walk and chew bubble gum, that kind of thing. These are all different parts of the brain that are different types of intelligence. So we got logical, mathematical. I'm not going to go through all the definitions. I think you'll be able to figure out what they are just based on the title of it. Linguistic. So people that can speak. It refers to a special sensitivity, spoken and written language. Although I would even divide that up because there are people that cannot read, literally can't read, but they are orators. They can speak. They can tell a story. They understand it. Speaking and reading are wildly different. If I read a book, I might not even be able to retain the information. This is actually proven. There's retention happens in languages that people speak quicker. Higher rate of retention is if someone's talking faster, you'll retain more. That's been proven. And people that read, sometimes they're too busy looking at the words and they're not visualizing something and they're not going to retain what they're reading. Listening tends to have a listening and at a faster rate of speed, higher absorption and remembrance rate. So reading and linguistic intelligence does not. He says it has to do with written language. I'm just going to go ahead and give that would be number 13. So that's number 14. That's 14 types of intelligence. Manifest ability to learn languages. Yeah, it's again, writing and communicating and verbally is wildly different. I know people that can speak in a language but can't quite write it. They don't know. Spatial intelligence. This is a big one. You ever watch it? And this has to do with men and women and the way their brain process things, and even especially Asian women too. This is not like it is stereotypical because stereotype just means like a lot more. It's how you make humor and also make quality rational decisions. Like, hey, if you're driving through a dangerous neighborhood, guess what you're going to do? You're going to lock your door and you're going to put your window up. It has nothing to do with like you think everyone's evil and going to rob you. It's just like if you're playing your odds here, if you're in the middle of the country and there's no one around, you can have your top down and do whatever the hell you want because there's nothing to be right. We're going to analyze that way. So when I say Chinese women, watch them parallel park, they can't do it. Because their eyes are a little squinty, so their view is different. Their brain's going to work a little slightly different because they are a woman, so they're using one half of their brain. So their spatial reference or spatial intelligence to be able to tell how far something is. You know how a man can always tell you the distance from here to there or how long something might take. Women can barely ever do that, and they can't. And when they're driving, they don't know how far they are from something because their spatial intelligence isn't the same. So spatial intelligence is definitely something. People can pilot an aircraft, some cannot. Some people crash cars more often. Some people like bump into things. Spatial awareness intelligences. Number 4, body kinesiological intelligence. This is some people have no rhythm. They don't know how to move their body. They're clumsy. These are all, people that they cannot draw. That's somewhat like that. That's somewhat of their kinesiological. You've got a couple fast twitch, slow twitch muscles working here, but there is a general sense of how do you move your body through space. You see people just walk weird or like just people that can't. There are people that can dance and there's rhythm and there's pattern and they look right. You see an animal. Here, I'll give you an example. Go watch animals. Any type of animal, they move like that animal does. But humans, there's wildly different ways that humans articulate their bodies through space. Some people aren't very good at it. Type of intelligence, musical intelligence. Musical, yeah. Some people this kind of goes into spatial too, or not spatial, but body kinesiological because music you need to use your body to do. So it's similar, but because you got to use rhythm, pace, timbre, tone, all these things, interpretation, pattern recognition. Musical intelligence is up there. Some people do not have musical intelligence. You know, people that listen to just shitty music, and you play them something good, and they can't understand it, they can't feel it or something, because they're not keyed into that. They don't have that intelligence. Interpersonal intelligence is the ability to understand other people's intentions, motivations, and desires. You know, this is a difference between being, people that are just clueless, those types of people. That's what we're talking. Just clueless to understand. Like, you realize that's not a good person. It's just a gut instinct. It's a feeling. It's a general. It's something to do with empathy and self-awareness. Because self-awareness will tell you how other people are too. I know what it's like. I know that person is being creepy, slimy, because I've probably done something similar. Oh, I know that move right there. It's having a little bit of self-awareness, or just knowing a knowingness. I think it's more of a gut instinct, but yeah. Interpersonal, other people's intentions. It could be good too, but you have some people who just immediately think everyone's a tiny little puppy and they're all good intentioned, and they're not. And intrapersonal intelligence is a fundamental inward. So for you to have an external or interpersonal, you need to have an intrapersonal introspection. So to know yourself, then you can know others. So if someone doesn't have an interpersonal intelligence, I guarantee you they don't have an the introspection. They don't have the intrapersonal intelligence. It means they have no awareness of themselves. They're clueless. So that one facilitates the other one. But that's number 7, inter and intrapersonal. And then you have naturalistic intelligence, which is perception of relationships between species and people, recognize similarities and differences. Yeah, discerning and identifying flora and fauna. So like the way animals move and how and using the idea of like, here's how an animal interacts, and I say, what's your spirit animal? You would probably choose something that is quite similar to you, or something that you maybe adore, or want to one day become like. I like a leopard. Do I move like a leopard? No, but I have this book, and it's called Becoming a Supple Leopard, and it's by Kelly Starrett, and it's about how to get your body into a position to move and be more supple and move through space like a leopard. You ever watch a leopard? Oh man, sexy. It's sexy, man. And you can see that in different animals. So you have this type of how things grow, how a tree grows, and why someone's foundation could be like a tree. That's an understanding of naturalistic intelligence. Emotional intelligence. This is a big one. A lot of people. This is something I think you develop later in life. People that are just like spazzy maniacs because they're so used to being every. Like right now where we have a lot of this. Everybody has become self-centered, self-aggrandizing, narcissistic sociopaths, which is the opposite of emotional intelligence, because people just kowtow and kowtow to what they think they believe. So we always have to pad the room and soften things for their emotions and we have to, oh, well, excuse me, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to bother you. So it's this whole narcissistic thing, because they have no emotional intelligence, because they never had to, no one ever challenged their belief system. So their emotions get stuck up, attached to beliefs that they used to have, and it's childish beliefs. These people probably still believe in Santa Claus, and if you tell them Santa Claus doesn't exist, they'll scream and cry and yell and say, "How dare you?" And you're at fault for telling them anything that's outside of their reasonable, rational mind, which is very it's not it's, it's not very advanced. So if their reasonable, rational mind isn't advanced, then their ability to be emotionally equipped for anything is very, very small. Like they're not going to be emotionally available or intelligent in any way. That's why we see a lot of going on right now. Then we got existential intelligence. So that's the ability to locate yourself in respect to the cosmos and existential features of the human condition, such as the meaning of life and death, physicality and psychology in the world, and deep experiences like love for another person. Yeah, this would you'd put this on like Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Existential intelligence is way up there. Most people don't even consider these things, life and death, and they don't. They're just running through life like robots trying to get their next meal. They're still they're still down here, but it is definitely a type of intelligence that you get to, existential. And even having that intelligence doesn't mean that you know the answer. Like you really even as much as I think I know, because I can get out of body and I experience different realms, and that doesn't it doesn't necessarily mean I know for sure. I think I know, but most people don't even get to that point of even having. It's the ability to even entertain a thought. It's I forget who said it, but a degree of awareness and intelligence is to be able to hold more than one thought that are in conflict with each other in your mind at a singular time. So I can hold three thoughts in my mind that are completely at odds with each other and not take a side and still consider each thought singularly and within respect to each other's thought and go, well, let me see which one is correct here. Most people will just take the avenue of this thought is the only thought that I know, and it's what is the truth, and these things combat it, so it can't be true. And that's a level that people need to get to. Holding more than one thought that are in conflict with each other and not taking a side and just allowing for it. Then you have creative intelligence, and I'll get to your comments in a second. We're at 11. We're going to 12. Creative intelligence is the result of intellect and imagination. Now, this is children have this. They're born with the creative intelligence, and then they combine that with the intellect, which they gain a little bit later in life. But then, as they're gaining intellect, they're getting beat upside the head and about the knees and shins and testicles and smashed into a ball of nothing and their creativity goes out the window. There's a great video by Sir Ken Robinson, I believe his name is, and it's a TED talk where he basically says, I think the name of it is "Schools Kill Creativity," which is a fact. Schools, as the systems of control and subjugation and subduing and order and the general propagation of faulty information and controlling people, the schools do nothing to foster any type of emotional or creative intelligence. So you're born with the creativity. You ever see kids that are so creative? They're looking, because they don't know how something works, so they just define it and try to figure it out because they're curious. So their curiosity helps to breed their creativity. And when the curiosity and the questioning of things is beat out of you because you don't ask questions, they have the answers, and you just listen and you repeat what they're saying, so that the creativity, by way of diminishing and removing the ability to question anything, your creativity goes out the door. So there you go. That's something people need to get back, is their creative intelligence. Just ask questions. Be curious. Curiosity and questioning equal creativity, motherfucker. Who does that from The Simpsons? A little fucking fat little shit. Collaborative intelligence. This is organization and social media environment has emerged a new type of intelligence that refers to the ability to work as a team. That's not something new. This dude, no, it has nothing to do with social media. People have always worked and been collaborative. We used to do it better back a long time ago. Now we've become so individualized that most people are so introverted and individualized that they don't want to work in teams. Why? Because most people are dumb as fuck. I don't. I used to love being on teams, all sorts of sports teams and collaboration projects. And then it got to the point where I'm like, everybody's a fucking idiot. And you ever do those things, and then you're the one doing the work because everybody else is either lazy or too stupid, or their handwriting's awful, or they have nothing to add that's any good. And then you just end up doing the work anyway. So you're like, well, this ain't really a fucking team effort because these jackasses ain't doing shit. You are the weakest link. Goodbye. So if they're the weakest link, just get rid of those fucking parts of the chain and the fence, right? all you need is one link. If I'm the strongest link, what the fuck am I going to do? Putting a bunch of other links on my chain that are weaker than me? It doesn't make any fucking sense, does it? And this is what people do. So people have become so they become introverted, uh, somewhat self-centered in a good way, but in a bad way too. And they don't look outside to others to function as some sort of collaborative unit. Because I mean, but it is an intelligence, and it should be done. And everybody knows it's easier. The teamwork makes the dream work. Everybody knows this, but to get a solid team of any of the other types of intelligences, you're not going to find it because everybody's a hot bag of bullshit. Because all they like doing is repeating their teachers and their preachers and their parents, who all were full of shit, not of their own doing, not because they were trying to steer you wrong, but because they didn't know either. And the older you get, the more you realize. Remember when you were a kid and you'd always go, well, my dad's stronger than your dad, my parents are smart. And then as you start to get older, you realize your parents are stupid. Like, really, probably not very smart people. Maybe you respect them for whatever reason. Good for you. No reason to respect old people. Respect your elders that are intelligent, that give the wisdom. But all in all, as you grow up, you realize, like, hey, I'm just winging it here. I don't know what the fuck's going on either, and they definitely don't know. I'm more prepared for this world as a totality than these cocksuckers are, and that goes for everybody around you, including your teachers, your preachers. They just been around longer. It doesn't mean they know anything better. Like, okay, let me give you an example here. A kid out here playing Xbox One and these really difficult games with all these buttons, right? More prepared to play Nintendo with two buttons than I would be to play Xbox One, right? If I go and try to play a game they're playing, I'm gonna get my ass handed to me. The first couple times we play a little 8-bit Nintendo, a little 16-bit Nintendo, whatever Sega Genesis. As soon as we play that, the first couple times I'm a whoop ass, but then it will be so simple, so basic. They'll figure that out, and then they'll work they'll fucking beat my ass at the game in no time. And the same things happen in reality where people, the next generations, they have the quicker to obtain knowledge and higher forms of it if they want to, and they're going to be more readily prepared for things than adults are, because they're sitting there just spinning their wheels doing the same bullshit they've been doing for a long time. Like, I'll give you an example. Anybody that bowls in a league, old people, and they're in their 40s, 50s, whatever, and they've been bowling for 20 years on the team or whatever, and their average when they started was probably 170, and then 20 years later it's still 170. That shouldn't work that way. They should be continually improving. I mean, with bowling up to a certain point, but I've known people that bowled for years, and children tend to get better, and then you get to a plateau, and then nothing changes. So what happens? They get stuck into a mental thing that they're locked into. That's what they are. That's what they do. So these intelligence we're talking about, it's a kinesiological, physical, a mental blockage, and these people, everyone goes through it. They become. What do you do for a living? Oh, they're whatever. They're an engineer at this type of building, but that's what the kind of engineer they are. I'm a, I'm a short order cook. I work that's their definition and their plateau. That's what they are. And so they've defined their intelligences and don't allow for their own furthering of understanding, education, intelligence, acquisition. They don't. They just you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Oh no, you fucking certainly can. Except for you just don't know how to train a dog, and you're not going to go through the process because you're the old dog, not the dog itself. The dog could learn. The dog could learn something new at any point in time. You could train a dog anytime you want. So there's my 30 minutes of types of intelligences, and let's open this up to whoever's in the room. Hi, everyone. Who's up in this bitch? Danny Skylark, I don't know if he's still here. Junie's here. The Oracle of Delphi. Danny Scarlock, you can parallel and park. It's not and park. You parallel parking. It's no and. You definitely aren't. You definitely can't spell. Chat shit is stupid. Oh, Fire Drake, remember this thing about the chat. This is open to two of my rooms. One is Zen Alchemist, and one is Zen-Atman. So if anybody's on Zen Alchemist, go to my Zen-Atman channel. Everybody can communicate in that room. I see everyone's chat. You see whoever's in one room. You can't see the other half. So that's why, maybe I'll just not put it on my. I'll just remind people if I'm not on. I'll just take it off as Zen Alchemist, I guess. That could fix things. Although I just wanted it to show up on both, so people that for whatever reason that aren't subbed to both of my channels, which is quite a number of people, go to my Zen-Atman. That's where I do most of my shows. Well, at least that's the main hub of things. Yeah, maybe it's just me and my shadow banning this. Could be, but I think at this time I think I figured out it's that. Molasses on a cold day in a frozen hell. Cow licks and toe picks. I don't know what that means, but Danny, are you licking toes these days? What's going on? Toe licking and cow butthole picking? I don't know what's going on here. You put the ass in molasses. What am I talking about? Talking about types of intelligences. Some that apparently Fire Drake does not have. Talking about how smart Super Champ is, though. I'm sorry, guys. I'm scrolling back through the comments here. I'm trying to catch up. Are there two people? Oh, yeah, Fire Drake. Junie sometimes comments as me because I'm not doing it. I can, but she can. She has access to comment as me in the section here. Mhm. Some people participate by participating. Some people participate by watching. How about people that talk the talk but won't walk the walk? Yes. Well, some people have walked the walk and they've done it so many times that now they're talking about it. Other people read about it and they talk it and they never done it. Those people can suck all the assholes. You know, if you've done it and then you talk about it, fine. If you're a coach because you played professional football and then you coach, good for you. You've done your, but then you have people that go, oh, those that teach or those that coach do because they can't do. And while that is the case oftentimes with people like, you've never even played this fucking sport, you've never cooked in your life, you've read a book, you don't know anything about this thing that you're teaching, you've never done it, those people suck. There's only a few that you can really get away with that. There's only a few things you can do and get away with that. But yeah, if you've done it, then go ahead and talk that shit. Intelligence. Intel gentleman. The Phantom Body Matrix. Oh, The Constant Gardener. Anybody know that movie? Highly suggest that. I should be caught up here any moment now. Yeah, the quality of breath. It's like some right when I first started doing shows, if you ever caught me talking, there'd be sometimes I would go through this whole like long spiel, and then afterwards I'd be like, because I was shallow breathing and I didn't get into it. Now, if you notice me, I'm somewhere in there already programmed myself to breathe properly, or I'll take a little bit of moment to. Usually, this I got my breath in a cup here. It gives me a little moment to catch a little spirit. The quality about superficial levels, spiritual levels, micro, macro. Yeah, that's the thing about breathing, is the same thing about dreaming. The more here in this reality you go, am I dreaming right now? Can I levitate? Let me see. I mean, because seriously, my dreams are this solid sometimes, and I can do shit like this in my dreams, so I should be able to levitate. Okay, no, here I'm in this reality. Okay, double check. The more I do this here, the more I actually do that in my dreams, because I'm using my brain to have this experience as well as my dream. And so if we do that with our breathing, as I'm doing my breathing when I'm thinking about it, when I'm not thinking about it, my breath is going to go towards breathing the way I do right now. So if I go, take some deeper breaths, a little snotty in there, and I breathe from my dantian or my belly. If I do belly breathing, and I'll, when I'm not thinking about it, it will just go. I'll go through that cycle because my body will go through the patterns. It's like if you practice something enough. If I practice dribbling this or kicking this or throwing this or writing this way, when I'm not thinking about it, I can do it mindlessly. And then breath works the same way. And dancing too, you know. Uh, Fire Drake, you're usually the one that tells people about the two channels goof, so no, that's not it. Well, yeah, it is it, you dipshit. Don't tell me what it is and isn't. If I'm on both channels, me. So on here, I can read both. If you're in one room, which you're on Zen-Atman and somebody else is on Zen Alchemist, you can't read their comments. Cock for brains. That's how that works. I can read both. You can't. You can read one room and not the other. That's what I'm saying. Dip for shits. Go fucking go drink a diarrhea milkshake. That's probably what's in your brain, along with moldy mashed potatoes. Fucking pool boy. What up, Suntoke? Shashandra. Yeah, Shashandra. It's a fun word. It's the traditional Chinese medicine. What do they call it? Didn't we figure this out? It's called the queen of traditional Chinese medicine herbs. Is that what it is? Or the king? I think it's the queen. And the only other queen in the room is fucking Fire Drake over here. Gotta shit on him for a second. Female buttholes hit different. That's true. What's up, Skull? Xanax in the building. If Fire Drake never jumps in here, Fire Drake never wants to be on camera. I think he doesn't have a computer system that will function that well. I think because we talked about this so many times. I think he just doesn't have the capacity. I think it would just like skip or doesn't have the bandwidth or some shit. Oh, you're checking both to make sure. You call me dirty ball stench. What is NOBs? NPCs, non-player characters, NOBs. You're like noobs, like knobs, like you're a knob gobbler, Suntoke. Interesting, Suntoke. Vampire's way to psychic protection is to feed off of negativity. I could see that. That is actually a good method. A lot of people don't think of. They always want to defend, defend against. Don't attack me, defend. Well, if you use more of an Aikido stance, you allow for that, and you just use that against the person. It's like it's called verbal jujitsu, or it's what comedians do, right? Go ahead, try to remember Eminem and 8 Mile when they tried to crack on him, and he just used it for fuel. Try to make fun of a comedian. Oh, if you slip up and say something, give him a softball pitch. It's the same thing with vampiric things. Go ahead and throw me negativity. I'll just go ahead and invert that shit. What up, Judy? What are you doing there?
Fixing to become a goat.
A goat?
Yeah.
Goat rodeo?
Probably gonna chew on some grass with
Nice.
machinery.
Well, you should later in the day find a band. It's called Goat Rodeo, and I believe it's Yo-Yo Ma, Bobby McFerrin, and this fiddler and this other bassist plays a stand-up bass, not a bass like a stand-up bass, and it's some of the most awesomest music ever. Goat Rodeo, highly suggest that. And that's anybody else too. Feel free to figure that shit out.
The neighbor, he has his kid goat busting.
Goat busting?
Yeah, it's like the beginner phase of rodeo for kids. They start
Oh, okay.
on sheep and goats. Get them.
So they ride sheep and
Yeah,
goats.
it's funny as hell.
Hey, I mean that's fun. I'm all for that. But like, hey, if when people get to the point of trying to ride a bull, you get whatever happens to you, you deserve. I can't. If you end up with a crooked face or in a wheelchair, I can't say I feel sorry for you at all.
Well, that goes with that intelligence speech, or talk. I won't say speech because you weren't dictating to us.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. I mean,
Physical
hey,
intelligence.
have some fun, and if you learn how to handle or fight a giant creature, yeah, you save it if you have to. You don't just like, hey, I think I'm going to see if I can get on this fucking 2,000 pound piece of beast for 7 seconds and not get thrown off into and these fucking little lazy weak pussy cocksuckers that put the thing on so they don't break their spine and put a helmet on and a face mask on it. Fuck that little pussy bitches. Do what they used to do. If you're gonna get on it, get on it. Don't put that thing on. Keep your spine straight. You be a man. Get on that fucking thing.
More
You
work.
can still you're still a dumb motherfucker, and I don't want to fight you. And you can go ahead and have all your scars. And here's a story. Oh, what happened in this story? I got on a back of a bull and it stuck me in my face with its. Oh shit! Oh, what happened with this scar? I got on the back of a bull and it. Do you start any story with you didn't get on the back of a bull? Wouldn't you just figure it out? You don't do that because that's stupid.
There I was.
Well, there I was. It was me and the bull in the middle of the ring. I had to mount that cocksucker for 7 seconds, and if I'd only did it for 6,
Yeah.
oh my God! And I did break a nut one time on its back. It just exploded. I had a whole my testicles. I got one left. I don't know. It's like just saying. Strong but not smart.
You should see how they keep those bulls. They treat them better than people, man. Those bulls are spoiled rotten.
Well, is that why they're so mad?
No, they breed them up to do just what they want them to do. They want them to spin. They get the spin
Yeah,
variety.
get the spins. What are they feeding them? Feeding them some cocaine. Give some of those motherfuckers cocaine. Give them some acid and cocaine. See how they're doing.
Them
Little
some
PCP.
splicers.
I mean, hey, if I'm gonna be any of them, I think I'd rather be I'd be some Kobe beef. I'd be that really good cut of beef in Japan where they get all the land, they get massages every day, they get fed the best.
Mm.
And that Kobe beef. And what's the stuff that everybody buys now? The
Wagyu.
A5 Wagyu. Have you had it?
Yeah, it's pretty fat. I like it.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, the 80/20 is if you're into the carnivorous or omnivorous or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
The 80/20 is good.
Okay, so is the
Good.
did you get the American version of Wagyu, or did you get the A? So they got what A1 through A5?
I don't know all the rankings of the
Okay,
beef, but
okay. So a pound of it. Did you get it for home or did you get it out at a restaurant?
I got it straight ground from the butcher.
You got from a butcher. What did you pay? What you pay for a pound?
Oh gosh, I had a coupon.
Hey, whatever. If you get Wagyu with a coupon, I'm using that fucking
Yeah,
coupon.
I think it's like nine ducks a pound or something.
Okay, okay. So so you got the ground. You didn't get the fucking steak. I'm talking about
I
the.
will do a steak, but I don't. I have to be. It has to be colder because I can't eat a whole lot of meat in the summertime. It's just
I hear
ridiculous.
you. I hear you. Yeah, I'm just wondering because I've known some people that they got the flown over A5 $90 a pound cut type shit.
Yeah. Have you watched any of those Japanese videos of how they treat their Wagyu beef over there? It's like they're like gods walking around before they
Yep, yep.
fight.
You got the Indian people and the Japanese people that will take elephants and cows and treat them like
Extra
royalty.
special. That's
And
it.
especially if they're going to kill the thing, oh, they even get even better life. Yeah,
It's like
that's what I'm saying. I'd be a Wagyu beef or a Kobe beef. I'm
you
good. I'll
join
do
my
that. Right. If you're
DNA.
gonna slaughter me, I'm gonna die anyways. Let me die a hero, a victor, and you can eat my body and say thank you. Fuck that. I'll take that lifestyle.
Kind of like the Spanish way they do the bulls. The run of the bulls and the
Oh, I love that.
yeah.
You want to see a group of really dumb motherfuckers? Go watch that shit. I love it when the bull like fucking catches somebody and throws it up into the air and land on their head and snap their head open and they're bleeding all over the place and they're walking around the rest of their life like drooling with a limp.
Make
That's
sure you
what
put the runner
I'm all
into
for
it.
that. Oh, I'm all for that because they got the bull running through these streets, slipping all over the place.
Yeah.
It doesn't want to be there. And these people are like, "Oh, I'm running with the bulls. Oh, I'm running with the bulls."
It's some macho shit, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah, hey, there's a big difference between a macho man or a Marlboro man or a chaos boy. Chaos is where you get the word cowboy from.
Yeah.
It's chaos boy. That's a wild difference than what we have now as macho men. Macho men are just stupid, dumb, brain dead motherfuckers that just think that strength is just I can pick up heavy shit. You ain't macho. You fucking stupid. You know what you do with that person? Just fucking pepper spray in their eye. Here's electrocute you, motherfucker. And I got an Uzi. Yeah, how smart are you? How strong are you now? I just don't get it.
Hi, everybody in the chat. I'm gonna.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm just shitting on macho man like the. Yeah, those gay guys in the '70s were way more macho. What was the name of the band? Macho Man.
Oh, the Village People.
Village People. They were more macho. Those homos right there. Those some tough motherfuckers. Just it's like listening to all these really strong like super heterosexual dudes. They're like, oh, but they love listening to that old gay music, don't they? They love who do they love? Hey, oh, so fucking Freddie Mercury. They love some Freddie Mercury.
Mm-hmm.
But like that dude wanted to pound your asshole.
Is,
like if you saw that dude in public today, you'd be like, "Fuck that guy, that faggot." That's what they'd be doing. But they love his music. You're like, you realize who that is, right? Like he had all of the STDs on his cock because he was sticking it in so many buttholes. Like that guy is the flaming. It's a flaming.
Came in to be debauched. That was his purpose in life, was to experience that.
I know, and he was everything. Cool motherfucker, body boy, whatever. But and the people that like him, they don't even know what they like. Oh, I love that fucking song, but I hate the motherfucker that made it. Oh.
Who's that drag queen that sings "You're Not Man Enough for Me" or something? Real
I know who you're talking. RuPaul.
Yeah. I don't know what. Yeah, it's like once you watch that video, you're gonna be ruined.
Oh, I know. There's that's funny enough. Growing up, when I was like 18, 17 through 21, the first club that I really went to a lot was a burlesque drag club. It was like, and it was just because it was everybody there was cool. There was lots of drugs. I could drink there. There was a basement. There was all sorts of different rooms. There was shit to do. Cool fucking place. I was like, this is a spot for me. I mean, of course I went to bars and normal places, but yeah, that's funny. And down here, there's there's a lot of gay and drag places. A lot of good music too. People just like a lot of music is gay. I guess you'd call it like gay club music or gay gangster. A lot of funny shit, man.
Wow.
Who else up in here?
All right, I'm gonna dive out and just
Okay,
go back down
don't hurt yourself.
eating
Get
Cheetos.
yourself go get yourself some goat rodeo in your life.
The goat rodeo. Let me mute this.
When
Maybe you see me drive by on the
you
pasture.
see me rolling. Where are we at there? Yeah, Fire Jake, you said absorbing it is beginning. Yeah, if you absorb it, you got to transmute it. I've done it a few times where I've absorbed energy doing Reiki, and I didn't transmute it. I didn't ground myself out, and it ended up taking a toll on me. And that's actually probably why I was sick. I told Fire Drake the story, and I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but it's basically I did Reiki for somebody, and I didn't really breathe through it and ground it out. I just went to bed, and I woke up and my thyroid was hurting, and then I asked the person. Simple story is that I asked the person the next day. I was like, "What's your problem? And what's somebody else in your house has a problem?" And they're like, "Yeah, their throat and their thyroid's hurting." I was like, "Oh, that's what I didn't breathe, and I went to sleep, and now I got it." Yeah, fucking stupid, but as long as you transmute it and know what you're doing. Where are we at here? Take that fake beard off, Queen. Who's? Oh, me? Yeah, right. That's fine. Fucking fake. I know. I tried. I tried. There. We can only we're I'm working on I think I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna start rocking this out because oh why not? It seems kind of funny and goofy. Could I get away with doing this all the time? Where people just look at me like a fucking is this which one do I look like? Do I look like that red haired dude from that one show? Or do I look like it should be my mustache and I should be like Luigi or some fucking character from some video game? Oh, that should come off of up here though, right? Oh, like Waluigi or whatever his name is, Spluigi. You got Mario, Luigi, and Waluigi. Anyways, whatever. I'll do the two on the one, the trifecta. Yeah, let me see. Let me get that one. That one's a little more difficult to do if I'm not in a mirror because I gotta. Let's see. Is that right? All right. Okay, there we go. Uh-oh. Oh, that one's okay. That's pretty dope. Yeah, I forgot about it. This is if I do five, it kind of looks more like piratey or some shit. Or if I tied it up, if I actually tied these up and put like some jewels in it and then tie it at the end, I could do the five of them, and then it looks like very 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 Pirates of the Caribbean kind of shit. There we go. If I get some wax and get a comb in here, do this better. There we go. It does look comic book character esque. You know what I'm saying? If I get this, I guess next time I get my hair braided, I get my hair braided out, and I'll get this braided out too. That'd be goofy. Anyways, whatever. A professional goof off. Yeah, that's what I'll sell. I'll sell goof off. You know that shit that if you get like the gooey, goofy shit all over your like super glue or like grease or whatever, and they're like, "Let's goof off."
What's your hat today? Let me see.
Oh, there it is.
Lover girl.
Yeah, I
Green.
was gonna rock this. Hold on. Here's what I was gonna wear, but I wasn't feeling it.
Now
But
you're
maybe I'll
feeling.
rock it. Here's my other one. This is what I was gonna rock for the day.
I'm sorry. I
What?
can't hang with that. That's hold
What?
on. I'll see you later.
Do you see it?
Shit's pizza slut.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. This will give me a whole different. If I go out in public, this will give me a different interaction. You know.
Yeah.
That one's dope because you can't really read it unless you pay attention. This
Mm-hmm.
one you kind of know something's happening there.
Man.
Uh, so yeah, this is
That's
the green one's just
subliminal, man.
the green one's just comfortable, and
Mhm.
I got that. I got the green one in a what the fuck did I do? I got the green one in a trade with some chick for a pair of sunglasses, and she's like, "Oh, you got to keep that. Oh, it's too dope, buddy."
Mm.
So I got that green one. I got this one. I got my wild panda. This was a gift. Well, this was a trade too, actually. I don't know if I traded it for a different hat, or if I traded for sunglasses. Like it's a hat for a hat or a hat for sunglasses, or I give sunglasses away or trade shirts.
Can you imagine if we were on a bar system and we traded with hookers for like clothes or a
Did you
meal?
say trade hookers for clothes?
Yeah, I
Is that
did.
what you
Bar,
said?
you know.
Shit. I mean, in that case, I would be walking around naked because I would have traded all my fucking clothes away.
He played strip poker too many times.
No, I've never played, never played.
You never
Although I probably would have clothes because some people would trade their clothes for me because I would be the hooker, I guess.
get the cards. No,
I've come up on some clothes. What cards you want to get? Yeah, get those
no,
cards.
it's okay.
Yeah,
I'm driving this bus today.
no, that's funny because I do have the cards right here. I'm gonna play somebody for. I'll play anybody right now. Let's do this.
All
Here's
right, I'm gonna start this.
you gotta trust in this.
Yeah,
I'm gonna trade somebody. Uh, whatever piece of whatever you'd send to me or I'd send to you. You'd have to trust that I'm not fucking with the cards. That's the only dilemma you're gonna have. I'm gonna win, so you're gonna say you must be fucking with the cards. So if you wanted to say, hey, I want, like I got really cool shirts. I normally I'll trade a shirt, a hat, or sunglasses. Because for me, that's all in the under $20 range. You know what I'm saying? It's not too much, but it's cool shit and it's stuff that I wear, so it's kind of got that energy. I would gamble for those things. Who makes a better pizza pie? Um, I don't know. I've never eaten Danny's pizza. Although I would assume it's probably her dough is probably pretty beat up. It's probably got a certain aroma to it that I wouldn't like on my pizza. And just because I'm 100% certain that I'm nice in the kitchen, that I make a better pizza. I would never doubt myself in the kitchen. Even against people that are classically trained, I don't doubt it. But yeah, I don't know. I've seen some of Danny's cooking. It looks pretty good. I mean, if you want a sourdough pizza crust, go talk to Danny. I'm sure it's going to be pretty sour. Wild fermented, very bacteria laden. She probably put some wild yeast in there that would have that dough started in about 10 minutes. You probably get that dough to bubble up and rise in 2 or 3 minutes. Yeah, your vote is Danny. I'm sure it would be. All right. Anybody want to play cards? I'm just shuffling and keep it shuffling. What is that? Keep it. Oh, hustling. Yeah, keep it shuffling. Sheesh. Oh my sheesh. So what's up, everybody? What are we talking about here? Let me see. I have a couple. All right, I'm good for a little while longer. We have covered some very important topics in the beginning. We've covered shitting on people that just want to be pig-headed and jump on the back of cows and de. Well, I mean de. Didn't we get this the other day? Dehorning or yeah, not dehorning. Detusking elephants. You're miserable people. You suck. If you steal an elephant's tusk, you fucking suck, and you deserve anything bad that would happen to you. It's just fact of the matter. And if you cage up a giant steer, bull, whatever, and you try to ride the fucking thing and you get hurt, I really don't have any remorse, or I don't feel bad about it. Like, why would you get on the back of the thing? There's literally no reason to. You know what I'm saying? Like, none whatsoever. Like, if you got on the back of a horse, understandable, because that's going to take you from point A to point B. It's a beast of burden. If you have an ox and you're using it to plow a field, I understandable. But if you're just getting on the back of a 2,000-pound thing, a thing that is heavier than a car, they could just do damage, and you're just like, let's ride it around, and you get injured. I really don't. Sorry, buddy, that sucks. Sucks for you, pal. 7 of clubs. Okay. Bury one. I'll bury one and see if we get 7 of clubs. Well, I think that was an 8 of clubs. You only get what I'm going to pull from myself. There's your ace of clubs. Bang. See, I told you. Anybody that's ever watched me shuffle cards, you get face cards and especially aces if I'm shuffling. Just what happens. I have no control of the deck. I'm just shuffling. Just a standard. Is that the 7 right there? Oh, it's a 6 of clubs. I almost got you there. You got the clubs though, right? I got 2 clubs in a row. Let's see if we can. You gotta have confidence. I don't have confidence in this card. Yeah, I knew better. As a front down. You can't pull a card if you don't have confidence. So, try it again. Are you still looking for the 7, and you'll try a new one? Let's try a new one. Oh, that was the king. I just seen it in there. It wasn't my intention. Fucking spaded. Splendid. Let's get faded. All right. And I also, if anybody's here that wasn't here yesterday, even if you were here yesterday, you want me to, I have a few decks of tarot cards here. I got my Wildwood Tarot, which is an awesome deck because the book is really big and gives you a lot of different ideas. And then I got my Czar deck in there. And then I just have this one to play around with just to see. Well, I can talk about whatever you guys want. Oh, that was Queen of Clubs. Still, always bet on the black, never the red, always the black, never the red. Always bet on the black. What do you guys think? What do you want to do? Let me freshen up this real quick and oh, that's right. You told me about Godfather's Pizza, which is very funny because this girl that I was in love with, like very much so. It's just timing is always a thing, man. If we would have interacted at a different point in time in our lives, I'd probably be a different person and probably not complaining so much about shit. I probably wouldn't be doing this so much because I'd be too busy making babies with this chick. Anyway, she worked for a place called Theos, which means God, which has no bearing whatsoever on my email. It doesn't at all. But she worked at a place called God's Pizza Place. Interesting. Can you pull a rabbit out of my hat? I don't know. Let me pull still with spades though. You still want to play with spades. She's gonna go hey, Juniper has said, "Hey, hey, Fire Drake, she wants to go mate with a goat." I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know why she's into goat mating. Is that some sort of weird ritual you guys do over there in Texas? Yeah. Hey, and Fire Drake, what is your purpose? I think we talked about this before. What's your purpose of staying where you stay? Wow. You seem like you should live in Texas. Why don't you fucking move to Texas? Everybody that I know that's pretty cool, really, honestly, lives in Texas. Either Dallas, Fort Worth, Austin, or Houston. Three really good places. I mean, I've only been to Dallas a long time ago and Houston. No, I was in Houston. I went to Dallas and, yeah, Dallas and Houston, but it was so long ago. Um, but Houston seems like an awesome place. Everybody that's here from there is really cool. And Austin, I've heard lots of good things about. You seem like you'd go to Austin and fit in. Why don't you go to Austin, Frederick? Yeah, is this a thing? You should go to Austin. And I, you know who else? You know who's in Austin right now that you kind of know a little bit. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, actually, you do know who the fuck is in Austin. He plays music down there. You know, I mean, I don't know. You probably never met him, but like, you know who it is, right? Well, if you, hey, I mean, Firejack, if you really are, I already told you, you are obviously you're welcome here to just like come through and chill for a bit. And if you come to New Orleans, just come through, visit because if you take a road trip, I mean, it's you still got to add because it would be like going this way. It'd be like triangulation. But if you came here, you could bug out, and if you like it fucking here, and if we got along, which obviously we won't, kidding, but when you wanted to like get a place or fucking even in this building, get a 2 bedroom, whatever the fuck, I don't know, just an option thrown out there. Um, yeah, and if not, go dip over to Texas, and you got some cool people over there. Junie and my girl is in Dallas Fort Worth. You'd like her a lot. She's a lot of fun. Leanne and a couple other people over there. Yeah. Danny got the beer batter. Yeah, I don't know that I would beer. I don't know that I would beer batter the crust. I like beer batter onion rings as like for the flavor that you get. I don't know that I'd want that in the crust. Maybe. I don't know that I've had a beer batter pizza crust. Yeah, Austin has been gentrified. Well, Junie, you got to realize, like, as much as Fire Drake is a hippie, so the gentrification white person hippie thing is pretty big there, right? Fire Drake would get in there, and I mean the people that I know that are there, I know brown people that are there. In fact, the funny thing, the two people I know in Austin are both melanated. One is Indian, and the other is Native American, and they both like it. And it's kind of got a little bit of cash, kind of got some currency. Ha, Danny said, if you come to Oregon, we can chill. Hey, Fire Drake, if you come to Oregon, you get some you can have some leftovers. Yeah. She's putting the all call out for some Fire Drake. Uh what's that Suntoke. I must pay at least $1,000 for rent being in NOLA. That is correct. Um, although you can find places. It's like any quality city, and this city just recently the rent got really fucked up in the past 5 years. It wasn't so bad 5 years ago, but between shit that's going on with the general economy of the world, the whole thing, yeah, prices got pretty steep. Some things have changed. But if you go to just like any major or mid level city, if you're willing to live a little bit outside of your very cozy zone, like where you don't got to worry about shit at all, if you get outside of that and get into places that are on the up and coming and maybe a little bit ghetto, you can get somewhere cheaper than that. You can get in somewhere. And if you split a place, you're probably you could probably get in a place for probably 1,400, 700 a piece. Yeah, fire J, California. Yeah, that you consider that on your own. I would never, for a million reasons, go to Cali, and especially considering, bro, and you should take it to heed, man, take it to heart. That the whole thing that's been going on with the uh, you know San Francisco and the fault line and San Andreas and everything that's going on in Cali, just the state in general it seems to be a big pile of shit. I wouldn't. I've never considered going there. I never would. I don't think. Just the leaking of La La Land and L.A. and then you got right there you got if you especially go to the south, you got water supplies all fucked up. I don't know. San Diego seems cool, but better speak a little Mexican, bubbly and crunchy crust. uh, Bolton, California, Suntoke, best place you've ever lived. I don't know anything about it. I mean, I've always said like I don't. There's not even a comparison that New Orleans is by far. I, I mean, it depends if you're into whatever Bolton is. I never heard of it. I'm assuming it's probably a little more foresty, woodsy, naturey or something. If you're into that shit. Yeah, right. Yeah, right, Danny. Not like that. Uh-huh. Yeah, be a snowbird when it gets too cold, go nomad. Well, I mean, I think Fire Drake needs a. I'm not putting his business out there, but I think he needs a location to work. You know what I'm saying? He needs a home front. I don't think he's that carnal and just nomadish. It's a caravan life for me. It's a caravan life for me. That I was just watching some really interesting videos about the gypsies, the new age Irish gypsy folk, the travelers. Yeah, I mean, I like gypsy folk. I like travelers. I mean, there's travelers here, different type, you know, gutter snipe type and train hoppers and all that. They're good enough, but in a group setting, nah, I can't. That's too much. Individually, they're cool, but groups. Yeah, I mean, the caravan thing. Oh, I'm 100% down with getting an RV and traveling with people. As long as like I travel with three people or just a chick, but probably three or four people. That'd be fun. I would travel with four people if it's two chicks and a guy. Five if it's three chicks and a guy. You know what I'm saying? It's gotta be either even or extra chicks. That's the only way it's working. Sorry, but it's just the way it is. But I'll be done. I don't. I mean, I like this spot, but instead of having this, I just had an RV or whatever, and just give me back give my rent money back and all the other shit that I pay for. I guess we would just do a lot more drugs and eat better, have more fun. Well, I mean, not more fun, but fine, just a wooded area. But you still want an indoor environment, right? You still want inside. You wouldn't live in a proper city, right? You wouldn't go to like New York and live in the city. No. Could you live like in the outskirts? You know, like you know where I live, right? Like you've seen that area. Would you live in because this is in the city? I'm far enough away near a park, blah blah blah. You still have neighbors. I mean, maybe not this building, but would you live in? Because you live in an apartment building, anyways. You live in a small college town. That's cool. Like Bloomington. That's funny. I was revisiting Bloomington where I used to live. Like I was on a little map thing. I was like, oh, I wonder what's going on because they were supposed to do a bunch of work at the University of what is this called? The University of Indiana, the Hoosiers. I lived on the Hoosiers campus, and they were supposed to fix up the B-line and just finish it up. Reset the audio again. Is that better? You train hops on top. Yeah, I'm not that hard up for that kind of life. I know those people. I hang out with them. They're cool. They're fine. I just, you know, everybody gets in where they fit in. I mean, I'm good with those people, but I'm not trying to be that dirty. You know what I'm saying? I have my standards for my lifestyle that I like. Um, I don't think I can really do that. I mean, if it was just like let's go fuck around for a week, no, I don't mind, but I'm not living that way. You like traveling but not having a place to shower, cook, sleep, or something? Yeah, yeah, I'm good on that. Like plenty of times I camped out for long periods of time. I've lived at campgrounds for funsies. I mean, there's still a shower and whatever there, but I'm not trying to shit in the forest. I like my bidet. Fuck all that. Even though I might not shower every day, I want to shower. I like hot water. I'm trying to take cold showers. I had to take cold showers for other reasons. Read into that any way you want, but no good. Uh, hey, Fire Drake, you thought about pimping out, pumpkin out, or pimping out, yeah, a big van? Yeah, I would do that too. Yeah, yeah. A big van's cool. A big van if you're doing it with one person. Like if you're doing it with your girl or whatever, or your case, boyfriend. But whatever, if you're just a van is cool. Van life is fine. And van life's a little better too than an RV because it's more you can get around. You don't like I've had friends that come through New Orleans and they gotta park their RV somewhere. And there's certain places that you're like, well, we gotta take public transit, we gotta, bike it with it. And they can, put a van. Uh, you can take anywhere, right? And it's better gas mileage. I mean, you lose out on a couple things that an RV will give you. I mean, I like being outside, so none of that would bother me too much. I would just need a place. I would just need like a storage unit for some of my cool shit that I could get every once in a while. Some things that I like. I don't even know that I want a storage unit. I'd probably just give it to somebody I know. Where I could like get my books or like I got cool shit that is like things that just take up a lot of space that I could use once in a while. Well, fuck are we talking about? Is the audio fucked up again?
It seems all right now.
Okay.
Okay.
Is it all right or is it good?
It's good now. Good
Okay.
now. Okay.
Yep. See, back to an hour and something, and the audio just goes, "Fuck you."
Let's see what we're doing here.
You don't regret, Santo. You don't regret leaving Indiana. Yeah, Indiana's cool. I liked it when I lived in Indiana and Illinois, but it's a place like okay. I just said I was looking back at movies. It's a place I could imagine being an older person just hanging out and just going there. So it's just a town of college kids having a good old time and some old people going, oh, look at these kids learning the world. You know,
The circle of life.
it's a cozy place. It's like here you go to this place, it's got good food, and everybody's like, how you doing? It's kind of small towny, but you got your influx of new collegiate energy. It's all right. It's a cool place, but it's also that place for instance is to once you're outside of Bloomington, it's just empty. It's a college town, and then there's nothing. So to get to another city, see, I need to be closer to a major thoroughfare, a major city.
Oh, yeah. I've been to a town.
Yeah, towns are okay. A township is what they call them, huh?
Commerce.
I need a little commerce. I do. I need a Comhurst.
You can't take it with you, man. Nobody's going into the plane.
Hey, Suntuck, Bloomington is probably the only cool place in Indiana. Yeah, that's all I know. The other place I know in Indiana is Indianapolis, and the city was really interesting. Like one part of the city was super clean. It was like the city was clean and white, which is weird because I've never been in a city that was white. You know what I'm saying? But then if I went over the tracks and went over here, it was more ghetto than most parts of Baltimore. And it was a very stark difference. And I was like, no shit, there's melanated people with, hard fried chicken, hot sauce, and all chicken and waffles, and I was like, oh, I didn't realize that existed at all in Indianapolis. I didn't really, it wasn't really my kind of city. It had a very interesting, confusing feel to it. I wasn't a big fan of it. Indianapolis to me, I don't know. It's like Boston. Boston, I didn't like. Nashville, I don't like. Nashville is like a fake version of. It's a very white, cheese machismo, cheese dick, fucking version of wannabe New Orleans. I don't like anything about it. It's racist. It's garbage. There's no escaping that. It's a racist place. Boston is also very racist, and I don't like it. And yeah, Indianapolis, it wasn't racist there. It just was very divided. Those three places suck a lot of cock. Just what it is. You right next to you, Key. Don't say. I don't know. I don't know what you're getting at there. Fire drag at the Freudian. Cool rocks. Yeah. The geodes. Yeah, that's where I got my giant geode from Indiana, from Bloomington, in fact. Yep. And Illinois, I lived at the Garden of the Gods. That was cool. Santa, you going to Colorado for the winter? Why would you go there in the winter? Wouldn't you do it the opposite way? Yeah. The LA and New York City. Yeah, any of the major cities kind of suck because there's just too much of that energy. I think the only major city that I would even consider of the megatropolises, is that what they call them? More than 10 million people or whatever, just the really big ones. Chicago maybe because it's more of it's a sprawl. You know, there's more to it. It's more neighborhoods and stuff. And New York is just way too big. LA just seems too fake. I don't know. But major cities, I would never live. I would live in like mid-size. I could live on the outskirts of mid-sized cities. Cities. As long as I had a way of getting into the city for a little bit. Uh-oh. What have we done here? Yeah, hold on one second here. Uh, Give me a second, guys. Hold
That's wisdom, prosperity, and healing power.
on.
For the witnesses.
Auschwitz. Yeah, that thing happens, man. Sometimes I hit the wrong button. Instead of hitting so I know you don't understand this, but I have a back button and an X, and it's right next to each other. And I hit the wrong one. That's what happens, you guys. Miss me when I'm gone. Remember that song? There we go. From Maine to Colorado. Yeah, see that to me, Maine seems like it'd be cozy in the winter, like a weird kind of cozy. I've never been really up there. But Colorado, what, you just like you're gonna get snowed in? You're gonna get Edward snowed in and just smoke weed next to a fireplace all day? You know, live at the bottom. See now, why I just keep shuffling and they just jump together like that. See all the flip cards. I don't understand. You put them in different places.
To your health, peeps.
To your house. Oh yeah. Hey, who's having a drink with me? And what are you drinking there, Junie? Is that wine?
Lemon water.
Fuck your lemon water. I got lemon water right.
Well,
I
I'm
got
not
your
ready
lemon
yet.
water right here
I'm
with
still in I'm still in the early morning mode, so I'm just.
Oh, that's right. I didn't even notice. I have lemon water right here, but there's
Yeah.
also vodka in it.
Oh yeah. Oh.
Yeah, I do.
Really good.
I got lemonade, extra lemon juice or lime juice, excuse me. Lemonade, lime juice, and Sprite and vodka in here. It's fantastic.
I might make me a nice special one here in a while.
A special one?
Yeah.
Special. You real special.
Mm-hmm.
Project. Soon people would transform homesteading to integrate with modern times.
Yeah, we need goat cheese. Get some goats and start a farm. Shit.
You said some goat cheese? Some goat
Yeah, we need some goat cheese.
Goat cheese.
That's it. And all you pus drinkers, you drink pus? That's not pus. That's
It's only pus once you cook it.
yeah.
Then it's weird.
Got pasteurized again, did it?
Yeah, funny if little kids with eye infection, take that breast milk, put it in the eyeball, it'll fix the eye infection. Fix a lot of things.
The whole world is about what are you immune to?
Yes, the quicker you become immune to me, the better you'll be.
Oh man, yeah.
Got to be one of the most difficult things to become immune to.
Let me go get this thing.
Hey, Fire Drake, a lot to it. Figuring out how to actually own your own land. Yeah, there's something called the. Oh man, I'll find you the info on it. But there's a whole bunch of dumbass fucking paperwork. I mean, because you got to figure If
You
somebody,
gotta be
it's
in the
called
system.
I think it's called an alloidial title.
Mhm.
ALLOIDIAL, alloidial title. Look into that. And the fact that there are such things as landlords, then apparently they own the land. I mean, in all reality, no one owns land as per the natives, et cetera, et cetera. But as far as supposedly owning property, you'd want, I believe it's an allodial title. And that takes a lot of weird, hoops and jumps and this and that to uh, that be your property. Look into that, man. I believe that's what it's called. If you want to be a king of your own land. Winters, what up, Ziggy? What are you doing? Yeah, the original. I mean that on its own, going back to the original deed is equivalent to going back to birth certificate and everyone's dead at sea. So there is a connection between how can you own the land if your birth certificate, which qualifies you as dead according to um, you know what I'm saying? Are you following here? Because your birth certificate is literally saying you're a piece of property, which means you're dead. Birth doesn't mean born. Birth is a ship. Property is dead. You go back to what is it, 1666? They say whenever they claimed everyone was dead at sea, and then they started using that to your birth certificate to qualify you as a bond. So they put you into bondage. You've been bond to something, bound, and then that dead body, how can it own land? It can't. So there's even another step to it to fully be a you're not supposed to own the land. You're supposed to kind of take care of the land, take care of the animals. It's a different word, and you got to look into that. It's just too much. I would just go fuck it all. I'm just doing me. I'm just here. I don't fucking know. I got your words and your paper and your papacy. Fuck that bullshit. Yeah, original deed is dead. Dead is deed. A land patent. Or you could just do. The other thing is make your own island. You can't do anything about that. People have done it, or just buy an island. Become your own sovereign country, your own land. Anybody want to buy an island with me? Sounds pretty fair. Your boy, Prof, just bought an island. It was right around the time that he made that song. His video just came out. Um, Big Hungry Monster, and the verse is what? I'm gonna get drunk and bury my money, bury my money. And then he bought an island to get drunk and bury his money. Apparently, I would buy an island. Yeah, the climate change. Yeah, no matter how we look at a steward. Thank you, Fire Drake, steward of the land, and in the beginning when even in the Bible when they're like, oh, here name all the animals, and all this because that's your thing. You're supposed to be stewardship. Yeah, for sure. And that whatever the climate always changes. We know that, and no matter how it comes about, organically, inorganically, or cyclical, whatever, it's occurring. And speaking of, I'll read you. I was going to read this thing about how 1/3 of Pakistan is underwater right now. It's getting flooded because it was so hot. And so, if something's really hot, and you put water on it, so it dries up the land. The water, you'd think, because it's dry, the land wants to suck the water in, and actually will float on top. Where if your uh, soil is saturated to a degree and it's moist, if you put water on it, it will suck it back in. So dry land doesn't suck in water quickly. It takes a long time. So that the fact that it was so hot, then it started monsoon season. 1/3 of Pakistan is underwater, apparently. Um, but yeah, the climate change thing. If you're where it's cold, I wouldn't want to be where it's cold right now. You're making me doing well. If it's cold and then you also don't know how to start a fire, or you live in a place that you better, when the electricity ain't working and all that shit, you better have blankets and extra clothes, and you better have your food in order. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like that's a whole thing. That's gonna be a thing. At least where it's hot, you can jump in the pool. You can, you know, there's gonna be food around. You find clean water. You ain't doing shit if you don't know how to start a fire. You don't know how to cook food. You're gonna have to stay warm up there. I wouldn't want to be in the north for climate change. Uh-uh. Was she referring to pasteurized cow? Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's why we were talking about pus, because I've read plenty of I got a book here, and it talks about specifically cow pus and bee puke. And I've relentlessly went on this rampage about how they're death-free foods, and people that avoid them don't know what the fuck they're talking about. And the joke was that it's a cow puke, or excuse me, cow pus or bee puke, and it is once you pasteurize it. Once you pasteurize it, you've destroyed all of the enzymes. So when people say, you ever notice like people were never really fucked up over milk and had that what's that thing people have now they can't digest? Uh,
Lactose
yeah,
intolerant.
they're lactose intolerant, and it's a very simple equation here. They're not lactose intolerant. They're lactase. They don't have lactase. Lactase is connected to the lactose. Lactase is the enzyme that breaks up the lactose, which is organic raw milk. Comes out to your mother. A baby never comes out the womb in the wild, or you, and then suck on your mama's titty and go, oh my God, I'm lactose intolerant, because it's impossible, because it's raw and it has the enzyme that breaks down the casing of that material. You know what I'm saying? Like everything has an enzyme that will break it down. You have different go get probiotics, prebiotics. Probiotics will break things down, certain structures, and those things equal, they link up with this. And so if I've cooked off the living enzyme, the working enzyme that's going to break down the lactose, what's going to happen? I'll become intolerant to it because I won't be able to digest it. But no animal is allergic to their mother's milk, period, including you, until you start cooking it, and then it becomes a pustulant source of sickness and disease in the body. Why do you think everybody, even if you are lactose intolerant, you know what my friend did? He had his gallbladder removed, and right after that, because what the gallbladder does, if you don't understand, he became lactose intolerant. Huh, interesting, right? So what did he do to solve that? The doctor said, just take these enzymes, take these probiotics. So where do you find probiotics? A, in raw milk, or B, in yogurt. Yogurt will then allow that thing to start to ferment, to ferment it, put enzymes in it, let it go through this process that it's going to start eating away and becoming a broke down material. You're breaking it down so you can digest it. It becomes digestible. That's what enzymes do. They digest an element. Your body is digesting elements. And if you don't have the proper thing, if you don't have the proper chemical or enzyme to do it, it's not going to work. So there's that lesson for the day. All you plus drinkers. Yeah, so Suntoke, yeah, she wasn't saying that. Fire Jake, vegans really think, oh yeah, vegans think, I thought you said, I read it as almond, animal milk is plus. No, yeah, they lost the plot completely.
Yeah.
They lost the plot and the pasture.
Suntoke, I do like milk.
Get it? Pasture, plot, whatever. It's no bueno. Yeah, Fire Jake. Yeah, zigzag. Hey, Ziggy. Hey, Ziggy, didn't you post a picture of you putting a $100 bill on your garden when you were planting something? You put a honey there. Bury the money.
You could play that zigzag intro video, but I don't know if he wants to jump on and talk to you.
That,
That'd be
that,
funny.
that that's like a ritualistic form of magic. Whether it's, a lot of people, whenever they think of these rich, they say rituals, right? They say rituals, right? And they assume it to be for some negative purpose. But if the ritual that you're serving is to help plant life grow, isn't that a good thing to do? Call it magic, call it whatever you want it. Oh shit. here's the cards that just dropped out of my deck. Weird, right? So if you do ritualistic work, it can be for any purpose, any goal, any cause. But any purpose, any goal, any cause. So if you put money into something, what do you think comes out of it? Energy, currency. You can put in anything you want. If you pray, it's a ritual. You fucking think about something, meditate. That's a ritual. Anything you do on a regular basis is ritual. You take a shit, that's a ritual. If you shit every day, if you piss every day, if you eat every day, you drink every day, you jerk off every day. I mean, if you're going to do those things, you can do all those things with quality intent. What do you think sex magic is? You can use any of your fluids you want in making a sigil or doing any kind of work. As I've said before, blood magic is a type of magic, sure, but blood magic is easier to accomplish because all you have to do is go like this, cut yourself, put that on your thing, right? Simple to do. You know what's hard for people to do? Sweat. Sweat is more powerful. Urinating. You have to. That's a process. You can't just anytime you want. Anytime you want, you could get blood out. And if you want to, you know what's really difficult? Have an orgasm. So, of the levels of power within magic, what is the most generative principle in the world? Like, how do you go about creating another life? An orgasm. So if it can create another life and it takes energy to put into it, what ritual would have the most power? Obviously, sex magic, masturbation. If you had a sigil, the next level down of body fluids, from all the body fluids, an orgasm, whether feminine or masculine, high level magic. Next level down would be sweating, because it takes work to do that. And anybody that does put work in, they know their body changes. They know they get muscles, they get whatever. You put this work in, what's the easiest thing to do? Bleeding is the easiest thing to do. So it's not as powerful. Tears. There's another one. Yeah, I forgot about that one, Zig. Yeah, tears. Tears is up there near masturbatory fluid. It's just like sweating. I would say it's semen or any kind of orgasmic fluid, then crying, tears, then sweat, then urine, and then blood, in that order. Because how much energy does it take to get any of those out of you? It takes a certain kind of feeling and emotion to have an orgasm, and you can only do it occasionally. You can't just always, you empty. You can pretty much cry a lot. Throughout, I would guess most people here are as emotionally, or I would say most people here probably have cried more than they have orgasmed. You ever cry and laugh at the same time? That's awesome. I mean, I cry way more than I have to fucking blow my load. Yeah. So it takes a certain specific set of circumstances and feelings and emotions to cry, just like it would take a whole shit ton of work and effort and emotions to have an orgasm. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, blood magic is misunderstood, but it is obviously, out of doing it from leaking is the easiest to accomplish because it doesn't take effort to do. Doesn't takes no effort whatsoever. I mean, sure, if you go the route of like, well, you're gonna cut yourself. More people. I know more people that I know people that cut themselves that won't put fucking work in. They won't sweat. Won't go to the gym. You know, they won't read a book. They won't. You know, there's a. Oh, well, Ziggy. Obviously you're a John. You're a goddamn male prostitute. Ziggy be busting off loads every day. Yeah, blood is the life force within the body, but here's the understanding. If you take blood and you put it out, you put it onto put it into a womb, it's not going to create a next generation. It's the fluid within inside of you, but semen is more powerful by far. I hear what you're saying about blood magic and using blood as a, it's so often talked about, but blood is thicker than water, but is blood thicker than semen? It's not, is it? It's not as sticky either, and it doesn't produce another generation. Just like a seed from a, you say, so let's just follow some understanding here that a fruit has juice in it and seeds. Juice is equivalent to our blood. Seed is equivalent to our nut, our seed, our semen. If I take juice from an orange, it's delicious and it's nourishing and it's the blood of that thing, and my blood, it's going into me and becoming that. But that I can use that juice. It's not going to create anything, but I can take that seed and it will. Same thing in the human body. It's a mimicry. It's a life energy for sure. Yeah. You think blood is alchemized semen? I don't know. That's not how it works. It's absolutely not. Semen is alchemized blood. To make one drop of your body is filled with water and blood. You have a tiny amount of semen, and here's why I can prove it again. That the alchemy works the other way around. There'll be a time that you can't even get an erection and you don't produce any more semen. Why? Because your kidneys, you have two kidneys, which are filtering the blood and then also filtering, so filter blood, make water. So your two kidneys are connected to your two testicles, your gonads, and your gonads are what holds the semen. The semen are the full on result of alchemizing everything in the body. It is the purest thing. Your blood is dirty and toxic. You have blue and red bloods in you, and one is oxygenated and it's breaking down things that are in it. Either way, that's dirty. It goes through your kidneys to clean up, become ultra clarified plasma, which is your urine, which goes down your urethra because it's clean, and then your semen comes down that same exact track right there through your penis hole because it's clean, and it is the most alchemized version as a homunculus, small version of you that contains all of the information of what you are and capacity to reproduce it. The blood does not do that. The blood has to be further alchemized. Urine is blood alchemized because it has to be pulled apart. So we're taking away the bad part. So the blood has bad in it. It has things that are useless, worthless, and shouldn't be in you. That's why women have periods and get rid of blood because it's no good for them. It's not for them. It's why you can have a bloody asshole. All sorts of blood can come from, but it's not coming from the end of your dick. The end of your dick has gold and living, You know what I'm saying? Ziggy, we're gonna disagree on this one. I've already explained it. If you, we'll discuss this further. But I'm just gonna say it. You wrong. You wrong on this one, my guy. Semen ain't shit. Exactly. It isn't shit. Shit is. I can go put that in the field, but for anything to grow in the shit, you need to put a seed in it. Yeah, I understand about there's a way to bust without releasing phallic energy. I understand that part. I understand about the internal cosmic, the microcosmic orbit and all this, but the physical thing that is blood, that is semen, that is sweat, that is urine, the highest order of all things is semen. It's not. It's an egg of a female. So it's a woman's ovaries that produce that egg. It's the seed. That is the seed of life. That is it. That is the highest order. It's not. It's not the. It's not the things that go in to make that up. It's all part of the process, sure, but blood is not a semen. It's to say semen ain't shit is not. It's not true. It's not. So then why do we have it? Why doesn't semen come out the asshole and shit come out the cockhole? Yeah, nutting up the spine is like Kundalini nutting up the spine. Yeah, sure, we can transmute energy and all that, but then we ain't talking about blood, are we? Because Kundalini ain't got shit to do with blood. It would have to do with a type of electromagnetic clear fluidium, plasmic, closer to urine. Urine is clean blood. Urine is clarified blood, better version of blood. Piss is better than blood. Uh, Fish eggs are round. Other types of eggs are over or oblong. Yes, that's an interesting thing. I don't know what that is. There might be a reason that we eat fish eggs and not, what I mean, like raw fish eggs. Yeah, I mean, I guess we eat chicken eggs too. We're talking about the electromagnetic thing that occurs within an egg, the way it's shaped based upon it's basically two triangles with the rounded edges. So if I took a small triangle and a larger triangle, that would give you the shape of what an oblong oval egg is. And it's the way it produces electricity within it. I don't remember exactly how it works, but there's an energy discharge is Y that allows uh, the the yolk and the turn into the chicken. There's some sort of energy that occurs because of the shape. I forget who did a whole thing on it, but that's pretty interesting. Yeah, yeah, yeah. A seed. Well, let's further this one more thing. Ziggy, it's a seed needs to die and transform. The seed doesn't die; it transforms. The seed doesn't die; it transforms. Just like you say a caterpillar becomes a butterfly. The caterpillar doesn't die; it transmutes, transforms. And uh, just again, a seed doesn't necessarily need soil. Hydroponics, there's no soil there. There's all sorts of things that you can grow without soil. Just as a little side, but that is it's a fact. Is soil is soil while the soil as a wet, warm, dark place can assist in growing something. Um, the an egg. Think of an egg. They drop it on the earth. It doesn't go into the soil, and it still grows. So an egg of a chicken is equivalent to the idea of, well, how is that thing growing? It's not in the earth. So we're talking about the capacity for an egg to grow or a seed to grow. It needs two things. This goes back to the earliest teachings of anything that you could possibly ever know. A an egg needs memory. It needs water and it needs light. Memory, mem, water, ori, light. So light is heat. the heat, and that light expresses information. Two kinds of information. That's the one. Two kinds of information. It needs it needs the organization, which would be the masculine version of ordering something. It needs the black uh, stew of creativity, which is the black universe. So the organization of information, which is electrical, masculine, those are the two types of information, which is held within the structure of water, which is light going into the water to express angles of things. But nonetheless, it doesn't require soil. It just so happens it's an easy way to accomplish the task. You know what I'm saying? Okay, that's as far as I want to go with this one today. With the soil and the water and the semen and enough semen talk for the day. What time is it? 11 o'clock. 2 hours. Good to see everybody. Let me take a piss and refill my glass. You guys talk amongst yourselves. Oh yeah. And you know, obviously, if we're talking about this, just before I go for this, obviously, if we're talking about this from another level of intent and what actual energy is, and the highest version of we don't need shit, we don't need semen, we are an imagination of ourselves, we are the homunculus, we are this is an imagination of the metaverse, you know, our metaphysics. Eggs don't matter, seeds don't matter, none of that shit matters. You know, there's people out here surviving with just breathing prana. You know, that's real. But for the majority of people to understand kind of this the actual matrix and this artificial womb matrix shit that we're living in, there seems to be electromagnetic, there seems to be male and female, there seems to be of the one source gets split into this way of complementary units combining to create something else. Yeah, zigzag. We were talking about you realize I used to have very long uh I, I, one of the first times I when I was a kid, I was like, I want to see my parents. They dressed me up Halloween, and the only picture I remember of me is I was a vampire. I had a little I had a widow's peak right here, and my incisors were really long, but that, you know, I put the and they just dressed me up as a vampire. And so I went to the dentist. I was like, can you shave these bitches down? I have very long incisors. I'm pretty sure I'm a vampire. I get it. But like you said here, vampires love blood, but we can drink piss as alchemized blood. Yes, exactly. I don't like necessarily want or need blood. I'm not trying to fight someone or suck their blood. I already know that piss works better. Yeah, to die is to transform, is to split. Yeah, die, the word die, like if you roll die, if you die, you split. Buy is two, die is split. And die is to change of color. There we go. Yes, die is to, so die is to split, to buy is to. Die and buy is similar in splitting from something. And transforming, so they're in the same category. They're slightly different. A transfiguration, transmorphing, transmuting is just be like changing, you know, this into this, right? You know, that would be here. How do we do this? Ooh, you know what I mean? This would just become this. It's transformed. Still the same card. I'm not really showing a good example of it, but you know what I mean? Where dying would be like this one thing becomes two things, or buying would be one thing becomes two things. By binary would be usually opposing, where dying would be the same thing again. It'd be reflective, I guess. I'm trying to talk through this, but you get it. Like dying, buying, and transforming are similar in that respect. Trans. Hey, Zigzag, you said a caterpillar transforming into a butterfinger. That'd be funny if a caterpillar really changed into a butterfinger. And Fire Drake, did I send that to you? The cathode and anode thing yesterday? Yeah. Haha, Zigzag is a butterfinger. I got there late. Yeah, the seed needs, yeah, the seed needs darkness and moisture because that's going to, because what the seed does then is it finds its way through the water to the top of the earth to find light. So it follows the path of water to look for light. So that's the health of, that's why you'd want to bury a seed. However, if you just because you but if you didn't use the method of burying it in dark moist things, you can still put it in, you can still put it in hooked on phonics, in hydroponics, hooked on phonics and hydroponics, and you could play certain music and sounds and frequencies to get it to crack. You could put it in and give it the light, right? Because it's dark inside of the seed anyways. So if I got the seed, inside of there is the information, so it's already dark. The moisture and being in the earth and the heat of that, but you were still using the heat of the sun, which is, the heat is only frequency modulation, which is, so heat is a sound. If you radiate a frequency at a certain rate of speed, it can cause heat to occur. Okay, let me go get this drink and take a piss. Yeah, Ziggy the Butterfinger. Ziggy making Butterfingers out of fuck your butterflies. I got Butterfingers over here. I'll be right back.
Hi, Ziggy.
Okay, we're back. What up? Peace out, Zigzag. All right, all right, all right. Oh, you can play that. I need to be talking here.
Where was I? Okay.
Where was I? Yeah, keep listening to this because I gotta do something anyways. I'll be back. Give me 4 minutes. Hello there. Hi guys. I'm sort of back in this. We'll be right back. I'm here. Anybody wants to say anything? Speak now. Hey, if Junior, are you still here? Is this one of my beats or is this one of yours? I don't remember now. I know you put some of yours on here. I think this is mine, but I have so much different shit on here.
Yeah, I'm hanging out. Yeah.
Oh, do you remember? Is this yours?
I'm getting some mad.
Is this yours?
Out of me.
Huh?
No, this is StreamYard. It's one of their ambient things.
Are you sure it's one of theirs? I don't think so.
It is.
What's it called? Daydreaming? Okay.
Daydreaming, yeah.
Maybe theirs. Yeah, fuck them. I don't want their goddamn piece of shit ass fucking music on here. I want my stuff on here. Fuck them.
All right.
No, I'm kidding. If that's I just fuck them. No, well, here's the thing is, I was reading something a while ago saying you shouldn't use these uncopyrighted blah 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 on your stream. No, just listen, hear me out. I don't think it would happen on here, but they're like, because if that person, whoever made that in the future, decides to copyright or something, then that eliminates the fact that it wasn't them.
I got you. All right, there.
No, not that I think they would do it, but it would just be like, it's just such a stupid thing. That's why I was trying to get rid of using anything.
You're right. They lure you in with crumbs of bread and then they smash your fucking head. That's it.
Yeah, so that's yeah. You get bread for head smashings.
Oh, you.
What is this? Is this one mine here? What do we got here?
Yeah. Let's see.
Oh, let's do lo-fi. This is good.
I can't see it. Yeah, I can't see the same thing you do when you're in there.
Oh no, you can.
I cannot actually see you select.
Oh, well, you should be able to see what I'm on.
Let me go in there and look. Yeah. Brand.
If you go to the brand, whenever you were doing it, I seen what you put.
I see that you're on the. Man, is it my freezing or is it you freezing?
It's these two that just froze. Look at the three cards that just showed up right there. That's so weird. 3 queens.
Yeah, it's like highlighting in deep blue or something. Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. This is called the, let's play Mystic Congo. I don't know if this is mine or theirs.
Oh, yeah, that's my...
That might be yours. Is that yours?
Toilet, yeah, we're going down the toilet song, yeah. So everybody's got to get up and raise up. Flush that shit out of the Oval.
Right out the Oval Office. Your Ovaltine office. Hey, can you guys hear the loud noise that's happening in front of my apartment right now? Sounds like somebody's weed whacking.
This one has got beep. I'm not weed whacking, but I'm using a manual pusher right now, trying to get a little exercise in.
Oh no, I'm saying there's some people. There's people vacuuming in front of my apartment right now. That's just not loud. Are you getting your dance on? Your dancing dance moves?
You're busy, dressing girl around here.
What are all these other groups doing? Oh man. So weird. See, this just happens all the time. Those just jumped out of the deck again. Why is it always happen? You put them in odd way. You have to assume. I'm doing this on purpose. You'd say, make it from there. Well, I think I want to play with my my other deck of cards.
Czar?
No, I want to play with the other ones.
Oh, the Major Arcana.
No, not those ones. The other ones. The Wildwood.
I like that. That's good.
The Wildwood deck?
Yeah.
I'll go grab the Wildwood deck. Is anybody in here? Or is it people in the background? Just,
oh man, they're just playing with Cheetos.
Okay, well, I want to play with the deck of cards.
Yeah.
I want to pull some.
I'm out here busy getting my air up.
Get that air on, girl.
Get the sweat out.
Hey, look at the only card that fell on the floor.
It's me. Ugh. Justice will be served.
I'm gonna grab this other deck.
Oh yeah, what is it? Oh yeah, I like the title too.
So I got my little essential book of tarot. I got this deck.
I really like that jam. That's a good semantic drums. All right, I'm gonna get another couple swaths in. Get my heart rate up again.
That's nice.
I'm doing the cool down, ramp up exercise today. Time for another round. Drink water. Just a little sip.
Oh yeah.
You got a quiet bunch in here, man. You're gonna have to check your pulse. Audience participation is encouraged. This ain't the Rocky Horror Picture Show, but props are allowed in the back.
You know, I've seen that. I've seen that at a theater.
Oh, it's so fun, man.
Yeah, well, I went there when I was never into that kind of shit. But my cousin was a weirdo. So my cousin's a few years older than me. Maybe like 6 years older than me, 5.
Yeah.
So I know he might have been 18. I was 13, something like that. And I'm like, where the fuck are we? Strange people, man. He also toured with the Dead. You know what I mean?
The Grateful Dead.
Yeah, like he toured in the sense that he had he rented a van and had a nitrous tank in the back.
Like a princess, he was laying there, moonlight dancing.
Yeah, and he sold peanut butter and jellies with bananas. You know what I'm saying?
Gotta make a living, make it live.
Yeah.
Wasn't gratefully dead. All right, man, them clouds are getting juicy behind me. Woo, let me start pushing this thing again.
Okay, so I gotta make sure I've got the correct number of cards in here. We'll play with this. 1, 2, 3. supposed to be 22, right?
Yeah. Whoa.
Uh-oh.
Missing in action.
Yeah, hopefully I just missed them. Oh no. Unacceptable. Oh, nice. I won. Yeah, big winner. There we go. Got them all.
Armadillos by morning. That's good.
What did you say? A primordial organ?
No, armadillos by morning.
I've seen an armadillo before. They're pretty awesome.
Yeah. Cute. They're cute when they're real little.
Well, I rolled up on one and was on the side of the road, and it was just chilling. It didn't see me. It didn't even notice me. And I got within like maybe 5 or 6 feet of it. And then it went to me. It was like, whoop, it went to its little fucking armadillo thing.
Right. I love them video games where they have them actually go into the ball and then roll somewhere off into the distance.
Hey, I have an idea here. Let me just start. I'll just start a new show and I'll just do a tarot show. That way, people know I'm just doing tarot and I'll just not say much dumb shit.
Cool beans.
So everybody here, you know how this works. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. You can help brother out. TheoLuminous at Gmail. That's my email. There's ways to get a hold of me. It's in the description box. Blah blah blah. And if you want to TsarXen, that's the 2 ways to give me dollars. There's 3 goals in life. Actually, just one. Have fun, be weird, be yourself. Everyone else is taken. When you can, share things, and you know all that good shit. I'll see you guys in 4 minutes, and we'll play with some tarot. Bye, bitches.